Shrek Forever After. So this is not my conclusion to the Shrek series. If you don't know, I've been reviewing all the Shrek movies and lead up to Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, though I do have an early review for that because I went to an early screening for that. But, lead up to when everybody else gets to watch it, basically. So today we're talking about Shrek Forever After. Next week we'll talk about Puss in Boots, and then that'll be the end of the series, unless I get a lot of demand to talk about Shrek the Musical, which I don't think I will. Also, I have other videos planned, so it might interfere with that, so I'm probably not going to do that one. But maybe if we get like another Shrek movie or Puss in Boots, it'll Shrek the Musical. But Shrek Forever After is kind of an interesting Shrek movie because they planned Shrek 5. But Jeffrey Katzenberg came in and said, no, let's make this the last one. And it's weird because if you look at reviews from the time, a lot of people saw this as just a cash grab, as just an annoying piece of garbage. And now it's all over the place. There's some people who still think that way, and then there's other people who who have grown to really appreciate this movie. I am on the way I've always been. This is a good movie. Why it's a good movie is because, Shrek is a parody of fairy tales. This movie's a parody of It's a Wonderful Life. That's a smart way to go. And also, I think the reasons people hate this movie are a little ridiculous. So, the scene where he yells at Fiona at the party, I think is so dumb to get so mad about, because clearly he was regretful the whole movie. Even Donkey points out, hey, I've never seen an ogre cry, right? He was clearly in remorse for all of that. He apologized in his own ogre way by the end of it, and that's the other thing. You have to remember Shrek is an ogre, and the point of this movie is for Shrek to deal with the changes going on in his life. He's been alone all of his life. What he actually says is kind of the sentiments of being a new parent, where you're just you're mad that you can't do the stuff that you want to do anymore because you have kids, and there's moments where you just blurt out stuff out of frustration. You're not being kind of dickish or jerkish. It's just I kind of like that idea, right? It's not that he's a jerk. Well, he's a jerk in that scenario, but there's a reason for it. It isn't just overly mean like some people make it out to be. I do really like the animation in this one. It's probably the best of the series because it's the newest out of the series, even though it's not a new movie, but and I do like the darker tone in this movie, and how Fiona has a lot more character in this movie than any of the other Shrek movies. And seeing her, and just what's smart about the It's a Wonderful Life thing is that they parody the first Shrek movie, in a sense that you get all these characters doing role reversals. Shrek believes in the fairy tale. Fiona doesn't. That's very much the opposite of their dynamic in the first movie. Donkey's afraid of Shrek at first. That's a role reversal of the fact that he wasn't afraid of Shrek in the first movie. And then Puss in Boots, being a fat cat instead of, the Puss in Boots, And so that's really fun, and it leads to a lot of great dynamics, and it leads to a lot of great drama within the narrative of this movie. The soundtrack is still good, though it's not as evasive in this movie. There's one or two songs in the movie. The only one that's really memorable is Top of the World, because it just suits that scene really well. It's a great moment in that movie. And yeah, it's just a solid movie. I don't know why so many people hate this one. It's just a really great conclusion to the Shrek series. It's almost weird how so many people keep demanding Shrek 5, because if you really watch this movie, it's the end to the Shrek series. It caps that franchise so good. It's kind of like Toy Story 3. It's such a good conclusion that why would you ever want another one? But if we get another one, I'll watch it. I'll be down for it. But I'm also what are we really going to do here? It's just such a great end to this awesome franchise of movies.